Dear students, in the previous video, we learned how to start a conversation with a stranger and what are the expressions one should use to draw the attention of the speaker and how to start the conversation with a stranger. Today we'll talk about one more language functions, that is making requests. In this unit, we learn how to make and respond to request. So we need to make request whenever we in need of some help or some things or objects. We seek the help of somebody, and how to seek the help or how to make the request, that is what we are going to learn today. So there is always two ways of communication, as I've told you: formal communication and informal communication. Formal communication, we need to keep the choice of the words in our mind when we have to make a formal conversation. For example, it could be making request to a principal or a teacher, an employee to the boss, or it could be a senior authority. So one should keep this in his mind when he has to make a formal conversation or make a request to formal way. So what are the expressions one should use when somebody has to make requests? Do you think it would be possible? Could you possibly? We would be grateful if. I hope you don't mind me asking. I'm sorry to trouble you. See, these are the formal way of making requests. And what are the informal ways of making requests? You couldn't? Could you? Can you? Please? Will you do me a favor? And you haven't got? Have you? Will you? Would you? Could you? Please? Mind doing? These are the informal way of making request. Formal way, as I've told you, to that someone, those who are not close to us and those who are enjoying a high authority, they are the with whom we have to have a formal way of communication, and we have to make formal way of requests. And for informal informal way of making request is with the friends, relatives, with the parents. It could be anyone who is known to us. So what we should keep in our mind when we have to develop a dialogues, that you need to see the relationship between the speaker. Are they close to each other, or are they not close to each other? Are they relatives or not? That you have to keep in your mind. So if the speakers are friends, then informal way of communication. If the speakers are one is employee, another one is boss, or one is a student, another one is teacher, then you have to go for formal communication. So students, one thing you have to keep in your mind, you need to see the relationship between the speakers, and then you have to make the proper expression. So let us there is an example for making request. It is a conversation between an employee and a boss. So let us see how it is. Ravi goes to his general manager, Mr. Kamath, with a request for 10 days leave. So Ravi is an employee and Mr. Kamath is a general manager who is enjoying high authority. So it is one thing is clear, that we have to make formal way. We have to make request. Ravi has to make formal requests in a formal way. Ravi: good morning, sir. Mr. Kamath: good morning, Ravi. What's the matter? You look worried. Ravi: my son is unwell and needs to have an operation. I'd be grateful if you could permit me to take 10 days leave. Mr. Kamath: that shouldn't be a problem. Mr. Das can take care of your projects while you are away. Ravi: thank you very much, sir. Mr. Kamath: you are welcome, Ravi. Don't worry. Your son's going to be fine. So look at the conversation between Ravi and Mr. Kamath. As I've told you, that any dialogue or any conversation, it should have a proper beginning. So he greets his manager, Mr. Kamath, with good morning, sir. And in return, even Kamath also responds to his wish. And he asks what's the matter. And he also says that he's a little bit worried. So he says that you look worried. But that Ravi says, he says the reason for his worry, that his son is not well and he needs an operation, and he has to undergo an operation. So for that he needs leave. Look at the word, the sentences, they are framed. I would be grateful. Look, the choice of the word is a formal way of making request. So I would be grateful if you could permit me. So he is not asking, could you please give me, can you give me the 10 days leave? No, not like that. Formal way, I would be grateful if you could permit me to take 10 days leave. So for that, Mr. Kamath accepts his request and he gives 10 days leave. So we have to choose the proper expression depending upon the relationship between the speakers. If that is between relatives, then you have to go for informal. If they are not close to us, if they are in senior and they are senior authorities or a stranger somebody, then we have to go for formal way of communication. There is an activity for you people. Look at this. This is, you have to develop a dialogue between Sarla and Naveen. And what is the situation? Let us see this. Sarla asks her nephew to help her with a heavy suitcase while boarding a bus. With the help of the expressions given in the box, develop a dialogue between Sarla and Naveen. So it is very clear that Sarla and Naveen are known to each other and they are relatives. Naveen is nephew of Sarla. So the expressions we have to use here, the informal. We have to making request, we have to go for informal way of expressions. So let us see how we can do. So let us see the dialogue. Sarla and Naveen. Sarla: Naveen, can you please help me with the suitcase? Naveen: yes, aunt. Yes, auntie, with pleasure. Sarla: but it is very heavy. Naveen: no problem at all. I'm strong enough. So, this could be that Sarla is seeking the help of Naveen, and look at the expression that Sarla is using here, that is, can you please, or she can, will you help me to lift the suitcase, like that. You can add, you can frame in sentences in any form, but make sure that you are using a proper expression. So here you can write, Naveen, could you please help me to lift the suitcase? That way also you can write. Or for that, Naveen, he'll say, yes, aunt, with pleasure. And or he may say, no problem, aunt, I will do for you. I'll do it for you. And Sarla may say thank you, and Naveen could also say that it is my duty or it is my pleasure to help you. That way also you can do. So there is no permanent or fixed answer for this. Only thing is, you have to concentrate on that, the expressions what you are going to use for that language function, and also the proper sentence constructions with the proper punctuations, that you have to keep in your mind when you are developing a conversation or a dialogues. Dear students, this is the second activity in making request. This is a dialogue between Mr. Keshav and shopkeeper. And Mr. Keshav buys a book from a bookshop. He requests the shopkeeper to gift wrap it for him, write a conversation between them. And as you know, this is a formal way of communication. And as per the situation, we have to develop the dialogue writings. Okay, let's see how we can build the dialogues between shopkeeper and Mr. Keshav. As the question says, Mr. Keshav wants to gift wrap his book. Let us see how he makes his request. Shopkeeper: yes sir, what can I do for you? Mr. Keshav: I want to purchase this book. What is the cost of the book? Shopkeeper: just rupees 200 sir. Mr. Keshav: could you please get this book gift wrapped? For that, shopkeeper says, most certainly sir. Mr. Keshav: thank you very much. So Mr. Keshav can use the expressions like, do you think it would be possible to gift wrap this book? Or he can also use the formal way of making request, that is, I would be grateful if you could gift wrap this book. Or he can also use the expression, I hope you don't mind me asking to gift wrap this book. Any expression that has been given in a formal box, you can use it. So I want you to practice these dialogues, practice these language function making requests in your own way. So I have done the activity 1 and activity 2. Students, I want you to practice this language function making requests, and I want you to write the activity 1 and activity 2 according to your way of construction of dialogue. And you just try to practice this two activities in your own sentences. So just go through the page number 74 and 75, and please do this activity 1 and 2. Don't copy the same answers which I have done in the video. I want you to develop the dialogues as in your own sentences by using different kinds of expressions. Students, moving to the next language function, that is expressing gratitude. Whenever someone does some good things for us or someone helps us, in return it's a courtesy, we should thank that person. And what are the expressions one should use to say thanks to the people, those who are close to us and those who are not close to us, and what way we have to express our gratitude in a formal way and as well as an informal way, that we see in this unit. Let us begin with this. Expressing gratitude. Thank you is one of the magic words in the English language. It spreads smiles on faces. Here is a conversation between Ramamurthy and Sumodh. Both of them are friends. Let us see how this conversation begins. Sumodh is waiting at the bus stop. His friend Ramamurthy, going the same way, stops his bike. Ramamurthy: Hi Sumodh, waiting for the bus? Sumodh: Hi Ramamurthy, yes, it is getting late to college. Ramamurthy: Don't worry, I am going the same way. Can I drop you? Sumodh: Getting on the bike, thanks. Getting down, thank you, see you, bye. Ramamurthy: It's okay, see you. So look at the conversation between Ramamurthy and Sumodh. Both of them are friends, and it is obvious that they will not greet with good morning or something like that. So they'll say hi, hello. So that is the way people start conversing with the friends. And so he says hi Sumodh. Hence he asks him question whether he's waiting for the bus, and Sumodh says that yes, he is waiting for the bus. And he offers, Ramamurthy only offers help to Sumodh. Sumodh is not asking help, but Ramamurthy himself offers help to Sumodh, that he will drop him to the college. So look at this, the conversation is in informal way because both of them are friends. So gratitude, look at the last sentences. Thanks, thank you. Okay, it's okay. Responding to that gratitude, he says it's okay. So these bold letters that shows expressing gratitude to friends. We always say that thanks a lot, thank you very much. These are the common expressions we use to show our gratitude to someone who is very close to us. So let us see another situation here. This is a conversation between Joy and Abdullah, and this situation, the conversation takes place at the bank. Joe, could you lend me your pen for a moment, please? Abdullah: Oh, sure. Joe, after filling in the check while returning, thank you. Abdullah: Not at all. So see, Joe is in need of pen and he first makes request. So as in the previous, already we have learned how to make request. We have to be very polite. We have to use modal auxiliaries. Could you, if you don't mind. So these are the auxiliaries we use to make request to strangers. So look at Joe, how he is making request to Abdullah. He's asking, could you lend me your pen? So he is making request. Could you lend me your pen for a moment, please? So we have to say please also when you are making request. For that, Abdullah accepts his request and he says sure. And after doing his work, he returns the pen with the word with a gratitude, thank you. And look at the response of Abdullah. He says not at all, or mention not. That is the way we people always say for thank you. And another conversation between teacher and a student, and this takes place at the college. Gurumurthy, the lecturer in English, is talking to Murgesh. Gurumurthy: Murgesh, you have scored only 50 marks in the English paper. What is the matter? Murgesh: Sir, somehow I get confused with the grammar part, sir. I don't know what to do. I practice a lot at home, but still. Gurumurthy: Don't worry, meet me in the staff room during the break. Let us see what we can do. Murgesh: It is very kind of you, sir. Can I meet you around 3 o'clock today, sir? Gurumurthy: Sure. Murgesh: Thank you, sir. So look at the bold letters. It is very kind of you. It's very sweet of you. It's very kind of you. I am very grateful to you. These are the expressions we have to use in a formal conversations or a communication. Here this is the communication between teacher and a student. So he is saying it's very kind of you, and for that he says thank you also at the end of the conversation. So these are the some examples how to express our gratitude with different types of expressions. Let us see the how to express gratitude in formal way as well as in informal way. Expressions for thanking. In formal way, we can use these expressions. It is very kind of you. It's very nice of you. I'm grateful to you. In informal way, we can use the expressions like thanks, thank you very much, thanks a lot. So what, as I've told you, already I have told you that we should keep one thing in our mind before building or writing conversation. We need to understand the relationship between the speakers. Is it a formal language I have to use or informal language I have to use? Which expression I have to use, formal or informal? We have to decide it before writing the conversation. So let us see, there are some examples which have been given in page number 77. So that is you have to complete them. Complete the following conversations. The first one is, there is a conversation between an old woman and a young man, and I'll tell you how to do it, and you have to do it as per your you have to do it on your own. So that is an old woman and a young man. So what expression we have to use here? Formal conversation or informal? That will be definitely formal, because both of them are strangers, and there is an old woman, she is very senior to young man. So what conversation we have to stick? We have to stick to the formal communication. So let us see how we can do it. An old woman and a young man. So old woman, she wants to cross the road and she is making request to young man. Old woman. We can use the expression like hello, hello, can you help me to cross the road? Or she can ask, hello hangman, could you please help me to cross the road? That can be that way she can make request. But that young man, certainly, and he may ask her to hold his hand. So she says that, old woman, hello young man, could you help me to cross the road? Certainly, madam, could you please hold my hand? That old woman will say that, it's very kind of you. And second one is that between two friends. So it's very easy. So between friends means we have to go for informal conversation. Harish, hello Prakash, how are you doing? Prakash, I am fine, thank you. How about you? Harish, I too, thank you. And the next one is, it's very easy. It's a father and daughter. Again, we have to go for informal conversation of expressing gratitude. Father, hi Amuda, see what I have bought for you. Amuda, what's it, Dad? Father, Oxford English Dictionary. Amuda, oh, it's wonderful dictionary. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Dad. Any expression from informal box you can use. The last one, a passerby and a man on the street. Passerby, excuse me, is there any hotel nearby? Man, vegetarian or non-vegetarian hotel? Passerby, vegetarian one. Man, yes, there's one in Pampa Square. Passerby, is that one very far? Man, no, it's close by. Take the first right and walk few steps. You will find Hotel Aditya to your left. Passerby, so as it is a conversation between two strangers, and you can go for this formal way of expressing gratitude. Either the passerby can say that it's very kind of you, or he may say that it's very nice of you. They can also say that I am grateful to you. So these are some examples to express gratitude. I hope you have understood how to express gratitude in formal as well as formal way as well as in informal way. Students, in the page number 78, there is an exercise regarding the same, expressing gratitude. What you have to do is, how would you express your gratitude in the following situations? They have given you the situation, and you have to just write the expression, which expression you use to express the gratitude. You can take the help of the box where they have given the formal and informal way of expressing gratitude, and you have to write the sentence. Only the sentence you have to write, like it's very kind of you, or either thank you very much, depending upon the relationship between speakers, that you have to keep in your mind. Okay, your bike breaks down, a passerby gives you a lift. So it's clearly mentioned that passerby and the bike and your relationship, there is no relationship, close relationship, both of you are strangers, so you can go for a formal way of expressing gratitude, like it's very kind of you, or it's very nice of you, or any I'm grateful to you, anyone. So just write the expression and which expression you are going to use. So you need to see the relationship between the speakers. That is very important. So please go through this A, B, C, D, E exercise and questions. Please write the answer for this in your grammar workbook. I hope you have understood these two language functions today, which I have dealt in this video. That is, one is making request, another one is expressing gratitude. Please practice and complete the workbook. And even in the previous video, in the first video in language functions, I have done how to start the conversation with a stranger, and I want you to do the exercises of that language function, starting conversation with a stranger, that exercise, and making requests as well as, and the last one is that expressing gratitude. I want all of you to do the complete the workbook and take the help of the box that has been given in the beginning of the language functions, formal or informal, how to write that expressions that has been given in the textbook itself. You can take the help of those two the box, formal and informal expressions, and you can complete the workbook.